a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. It's a state that never existed. It's a country that never existed. It's a kingdom that never existed. It's a republic that never existed. There never was a Palestine. There never was a Palestine. Before Israel there was a British mandate, not a Palestinian state. Before the British mandate there was the Ottoman Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Ottoman Empire there was the Islamic State of the Mamluks of Egypt, not a Palestinian state. Before the Islamic State of the Mamluks of Egypt there was the Ayyubid Arab Kurdish Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Ayyubid Empire there was the Frankish and Christian Kingdom of Jerusalem, not a Palestinian state. Before the Kingdom of Jerusalem there was the Umayyad and Fatimid empires, not a Palestinian state. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. It's a state that never existed. It's a country that never existed. It's a kingdom that never existed. It's a republic that never existed. There never was a Palestine. There never was a Palestine. Before the Umayyad and Fatimid empires there was the Byzantine Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Byzantine Empire there were the Sassanids, not a Palestinian state. Before the Sassanid Empire there was the Byzantine Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Byzantine Empire there was the Roman Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Roman Empire there was the Hasmonean state, not a Palestinian state. Before the Hasmonean state there was the Seleucid, not a Palestinian state. Was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. It's a state that never existed. It's a country that never existed. It's a kingdom that never existed. It's a republic that never existed. There never was a Palestine. There never was a Palestine. Before we in this piece of land there has been everything except a Palestinian state. Before the Umayyad of Alexander the Great there was the Persian Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Persian Empire there was the Babylonian Empire, not a Palestinian state. Before the Babylonian Empire there were the kingdoms of Israel and Judah, not a Palestinian state. Before the kingdoms of Israel and Judah there was the kingdom of Israel, not a Palestinian state. Before the kingdom of Israel there was the theocracy of the 12 tribes of Israel, not a Palestinian state. Before the theocracy of the 12 tribes of Israel there was an agglomeration of independent Canaanite city kingdoms, not a Palestinian state. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. There never was a Palestine. Not anywhere we look back in time. It's a state that never existed. It's a country that never existed. It's a kingdom that never existed. It's a republic that never existed. There never was a Palestine. There never was a Palestine. Actually, in this piece of land there has been everything except a Palestinian state.